Hello, I'm Modi Apparatus, and welcome to a look at Mindustry. Mindustry is a hybrid tower defense sandbox factory game. You're playing through waves and waves of enemies. In the meantime, you're trying to build up resources by mining the area around you, and it's played out in different kinds of levels, and you have a tech tree, you unlock things as you go. It's a really neat game. There's a map editor in the game, there's tons of tech to unlock, there's lots of maps to unlock. It also has PvP built into it, which is amazing as well, and multiplayer co-op too. It's kind of interesting. Cross-platform multiplayer, pretty great. And the best part of it is it's available on itch.io right now. You can download it for free if you want to. It's named your own price, so you're feel free to check it out and find out what it's all about. It's also available on iOS. It's also available on Android, and it just came out on Steam. I think the Steam version is $5, so that's the most expensive way to get it. But again, you gotta support small developers some way. So check it out for yourself if you're interested. But this is a neat one to keep an eye on. I'll play it for an episode here and see what we think. Let's get into Mindustry. All right, so let's get into a game here and try out a level of Mindustry. I got a few things unlocked because early game here, there's not a lot to do. Early game here, your tech tree basically is just the core shard here, and then you get the duo, which is a cheap turret, and you get a mining drill and some conveyor belts, and that's about really it at the beginning of the game here. So I've played through maybe like 3 or 4 missions here so far. The game is broken down into these different levels, and we have actually one to unlock right here. Might as well unlock that right away. Survive Wave 10 in the Frozen Forest, so I've done that already. And I have the Mender and Combustion Generator unlocked. And we can go to this place, the craters. Water is accumulating in the crater, relic of old wars, reclaim the area, collect sand, smelt metaglass. So, interesting. I think I'm going to go back to the Frozen Forest, though, just to show you, because I'm familiar with this one at least, so I can show you a little bit better, I think. And then there's this giant tech tree I was just mentioning. So I have unlocked a ton of different stuff, which I'll talk about here. But basically, everything you're doing, and it's easier to explain once I get into the game here, but we basically are pulling back resources from the level, and then we're bringing them into between levels and upgrading stuff in here to a tech tree so we can unlock new areas and unlock new capabilities and all that good stuff. So let's get into a round here, and I can show you how it works. Let's go to Frozen Forest here. I believe this is the cost to launch right here, 250 copper. The first one here is free, so if you run out of money, you can do this one. You just can't fail a ton, it looks like. So if you get stuck with no cash, you have to go back to the beginning and start over. Anyways, let's get into this one. We'll survive till wave 10. Our best is wave 10. That's what we'll try for anyways. And let's pause right away here. So the first thing you'll notice, we land in this little core pod here. And we're controlling this little drone that just popped out there. And he's the one that does all the fixing up around here. We also start with a couple of drills, and these are drilling copper out of the ground. And they're pumping it into the core. Now, basically what we're doing is we're trying to survive as many waves as possible. After we survive 5 waves, we'll have the option to launch the core here and take back any resources we've collected back to the tech tree and unlock new things, new areas. There's certain goals based on the things you collect. So that's the goal here. Now, what's going to happen is every single wave, enemies are going to spawn over here. And this map is pretty complex. Enemies are going to spawn from here, and they'll drop in and they'll go whichever direction they want to go. Typically, what I've seen is they go from this direction because that is where the pod is. But I suppose if we expand it out enough, they could go just about anywhere. So basically, we make these little colonies like this and have to defend them with different turrets and that kind of thing. Initially here, we have these 3 things going here, but we have a lot more stuff we can build now. I'm going to start by adding in some more copper mines into here. And I'm going to add in some... Basically, everything needs a conveyor belt to get back out of there. So I want to put in a couple here and kind of plan my conveyor belts. I'm actually going to take this one out. No, I didn't want to do all that. Let's take this guy out. And I'm going to use the center track here as a way to get stuff in nicely. And actually, I don't know if I want to do that necessarily. I want to take that back. I want to set up some drills here to produce stuff for my my cannons. My cannons all consume ammo, and the ammo for this one is copper. So I want to have a couple of these guys set up right away here. I want to unpause it so it gets to building here. We need resources to build everything, so we need to collect a little bit. That's why it starts with some basic miners here. So we can add in these copper drills here, these mechanical drills rather. This cost copper to make. And they will drill up lead, they'll drill up coal, they'll drill up any resources we have around here besides titanium. Titanium we need a special drill for. I don't think there's any titanium in this map, so we don't have to worry about that just yet. What I'm doing here, I'm just going to add these in. These pumping are going to be fine, I think. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull these over here to have some copper flowing out of those and into a... I'm going to put an attack area over here and attack area over here probably, because they could go either path, probably. They're probably going to go the path of least resistance. The enemies here are not too tough initially, but they get harder. So I'm going to put in a couple of turrets here. Let's do 3, because that's how these routers break down. And we can always expand this out later. But we can put a router here, and what that does is divide it between 1, and then takes it to 3. So we can make our conveyor belts in here. We just kind of click and drag, and put them in like that. So it's like an interesting combination of like Factorio, and also like a tower defense game. So it's kind of tower defense Factorio. And this is, as I said, on mobile as well. So there's a lot we can do. There's a lot, well, always can play the game. And mobile plays pretty much the same as this. It's almost the full game. On Android, I think it's free. And on Apple, I think it's like $1. So it's not bad. I'm going to add in another wall over here as well. And hopefully they don't come this way right away. We have 2 minutes left. We might get enough still. So I have these going this direction. I wonder if I should pull back one and send it to the direction. So let's do this. Let's send 2 that direction. If I can pull back, these guys go this direction. There we go. So we got half of it going this direction, half of it going this direction, and that's going to be just fine. Let's pull this up for now. The maps in this game are not procedurally generated, so you can kind of know where everything's going to be every single time you play. But there's a lot of maps to choose from. Oops, I didn't want to do that. You just right-click to delete stuff. And we'll add in the same kind of 3-prong attack over here. And we can, as you can hear, something's happening. Our time's about to expire, it looks like. We have a minute left. All right, so we got those building, and actually we're out of resources right now. I'm not pulling enough copper. So we have a lot of copper going into these things and not more than it's actually using. What I might do for now is add a router into here and pull back some stuff from that. So when it overflows, it'll come over to here. That's the plan for right now. Let's add another duo into here. And sometimes these conveyor belts are a little tricky. There we go. What's going on here? Why is it not going to... Okay, there we go. Jeez. I don't know why it wasn't getting built, but now it is. So we have these 3 here, and then we can put in some more walls over here with the copper I have. And I don't have a lot of copper right now, so I gotta be kind of careful. I'm gonna put in the basic walls for now. And I don't want to give us too much space. Yeah, see, we're out of copper already. This is not enough. This is not nearly enough. Let's add in another one here. It takes copper to make copper, though, too, so that's the other thing to consider. Let's take in another one of these guys and put it in over... We're spread pretty thin with the copper right now. I have another copper mine over here I can get, and I think there's one over here, too, I could grab. And just run that into here. And I may do that soon. I think back there will be pretty safe. And that'll run right into there. So this one will pull off of there. Get an extra conveyor in. And really this is going mostly into here anyways, but we'll see. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So we got our first wave coming in. Let's see where it's at. He's right here. This is one guy, and he's kind of a flamethrower unit. Just blast him to hell. If we get in front of him, though, he will try to attack us. So we got to kind of run around and avoid his damage. And that was not that bad. It's only one guy, though. It's going to get much, much worse than that. So we have some lead over here to pump over. I could do that. What I'll do, we'll have to get some little trickery here for this. What I'll do is I'll set up some... Are we getting enough copper now? It looks like we are. We just got to let it run and stop building stuff with copper for a minute. Let's get a couple of mines set up for that. Mechanical drill here. Let's go like this. Grab a couple there. You can see how much it's going to mine, how efficient it's going to run by looking at the overlay there. I'm just going to do 3 here because we don't need a lot of lead right now. Well, maybe we do. There's no good way. A lot of these, there's no good way to like run it perfectly. It's 37 here. Then this back one's going to be cut off for the most part. That would be 28, 9. I could throw 37 into there, but then I'm going to have this tricky time running it and collecting it from it. Let's just do this for 3. Let's make 3 run efficiently. And what we'll do is we'll pull this for a home run into here, like this. We'll do what's called a junction right here. And what that does is kind of like a bridge. And just go over to the top of that one. There's also this distributor guy. What does this guy do? This is a 7? This is a 7 direction one. I was thinking of the router sorter. There was another block. I don't think I got it yet. There's another block that lets it pass over blocks, so you could still use these other ones without connecting the pipes to them. So now we're collecting lead. We're collecting copper. Lead and copper are the basic resource. We don't need a ton of that. We probably want to add in a scatter gun at some point. And this is an anti-air gun. I'll probably add it in like right there, so it's centrally located. It kind of depends on how far we're going to go with this run, whether we need it or not. So that takes this takes lead for ammo. And you also notice there's a health bar there, there's a liquid bar there. We can use liquid at later points in the game to superpower these things. That kind of boosts them up a little bit. Looks like we're overflowing here again, so I'm going to pump the conveyor back in with another router. Right there, I'm going to cut it off right there and say anything else goes over to there. So it'll split it between there and there. This guy's getting attacked by 3 at a time. These guys over here are not doing anything, is the other sad part here. So what I could do is count on that to run efficiently and go like this. And add in a... Let's see. If I add in a router there, and add another duo here, that'll route into that one. And I can add another router into here, and another duo into this one. Then we got 5 going at once over here. And they're all pretty well stocked. These 3 over here are doing fine. So far, they haven't come this direction. They're focusing right here, which could be a problem because they only have 1 row of walls there. It might be a good idea to add in a back row of walls to those guys, just in case they do get breached and I don't have time to get to it. Nothing major, just like this. Just to like secure the core a little bit better. Because the enemies will get through the core before trying to attack. Or they'll try to break through the walls before they try to attack the core. So we do have a little bit of time. Okay, so we have coal over here too. I want to get that going here. With coal, we can do power. And we can build these combustion generators, which can do other cool things. With this, though, I need to separate out... some of this copper, though. That's the big problem now. I could run the copper down from here, but then this is going to be at risk of getting attacked. It's not going to affect the core. What I could probably do is run the copper from over here and pull it over to here, maybe. Maybe it's going to be a long stretch, but that's okay. So we'll put in some copper ones here. And we got our next wave coming in. I'll check that in a minute here. Okay, that's as sufficient as we can get over there for right now. We'll go like this. We'll run those all together through here. Pull those over this way. And that'll be for our cannons over here. So now we got more of an infantry kind of guy. And he'll attack me directly. Wherever I'm at. He's pretty accurate, so I gotta kind of keep moving. This guy goes after the wall hard. I mean, that goes after the wall really hard. But once we get power established, we can do all kinds of cool stuff. I want to just get the defenses set up before I do any power. Let's bring this over to here and bring it straight on through to their side. All right, let's bring it up through here. And this is where our defense line's going to come in. Okay. And then, once we have that built, we'll put in some turrets here. We'll put in 2 over here. And 2 over here for starters. So we'll split this guy. And we'll run 1 up through this way. We'll have it follow the mountain here. There. So that's supplying those. I'll throw in some walls there. Just to provide some defenses. Slow them down a little bit. I'll do the same over here. And we'll run... Oh, this didn't go. Sometimes the conveyor belts are a little tricky. They do that sometimes. Not a big deal, though. Alright, I want to go off here then. Run it across the mountain like this. Always think about defenses first, I think, is the name of the game. And this isn't a hard level. I perfectly chose this one because I don't know what I'm doing here at least. So I can kind of demonstrate more of the game and progress quickly here. Now, are we ready for the next wave, we can skip forward by clicking this button here. We just want to go with it. We'll see what happens with this new stuff over here. If they don't go after it, and they go after the core still, then we don't have to worry about too much defenses over here. This will probably be adequate. Let's see. They spawned over here now this time, though. Let's see which direction they're going to go. I don't want to get too close because I don't want to draw them this way. Looks like they're coming through this way. Okay, they are going through this way. That's good. I'm going to weaken these guys, these fire guys down if I can avoid this other guy's shots. Because the anti-personnel cannons here will take care of those guys pretty easily. Oh my god. Now, our ship can get killed. And if that happens, which it will happen at some point here, once that happens, we'll have to respawn. And that takes time. We can't help out at all. We can't build anything new. If you want to play this more strategically, you could pause the game here also, but the only problem with that is that you can't move around once the game is paused, it seems like. So you're kind of stuck with where you're at. But you could build some things and then come back and build them once you're unpaused. So now we have these set up. Let's build a couple mechanical drills over here to pull coal out. And I want to take some coal and I want to put it into a generator. Looks like they didn't go after this at all. I want to pull this into a couple generators actually. Let's go combustion generator here, one here, and one here. And those two will supply those three. And then what I can do is to pull this power off of here using nodes. And it'll pull the power from that over through here. And we can do other cool stuff with it now. Like build automatic repairing things. Like this, let's see. This guy here is a mender. It will automatically repair stuff in its vicinity. Like this. We'll put one here. And we'll put one here to repair the core if the core gets damaged. And we need one more power node here to connect that all up. Not close enough. Like here. That'll work. All right. And that'll repair those things if they get damaged. I might want to throw one over here just for good measure, maybe. Probably don't need to do all that, but we'll throw one here just to be sure. And that'll repair up stuff over here as well. Okay, so we got our next wave coming in. Let's see where they're coming from. Looks like they're still going that way. Are they going to cut back? Nope, they're not cutting back. Okay. Again, I'm going to weaken down these guys here. Now, we got to wave 5 a minute ago. I didn't point it out, but there was a launch button there. I can call it quits on the 5. So if I want to call it quits and take what I've earned already, I can stop on 5. Or I have to wait till 10. Now we're committed to getting till 10 at least. My record is 10. But at some point your thing here will get filled up with stuff when you won't be able to export anymore. Right now it's not going to be an issue. That worked nicely. I love that. Okay. We'll worry about that more later. Okay, so this is working nicely. We're getting way too much copper over here than we can actually even use. That's good. We want to take these other things here, and we want to pull those elsewhere. I'm running into an issue though of having a lot of claustrophobic stuff going on over here. I'm gonna use a junction and skip that stuff across. I'm gonna skip it across by going like this. Nope, I don't want to do that. I don't want to connect right there. I want to put the router back a little bit further, I think, so that doesn't happen. We'll do that. Let's route it back here, just to give myself more space to work with. It's easy when you have a lot of room. When you start getting into tight areas where you have no choice, that's where you get into problems. Okay, that's all connected now. Good. Make sure that's not glitched. There we go. Okay, everything's good then. I'm gonna pull off this then down over to here. I'm gonna pull that into the junction right there. And the junction, as I said, works like a bridge. It basically says that it's as a bridge for 2 crossing conveyor belts. Useful situation was 2 different variables carrying different materials, different locations. That's what we're trying to do here. So what I'm going to try to do is pull this down over to here, and I'm going to make something with this. I'm going to make a factory for graphite. And the graphite factory, I think, requires some power, possibly. Let's just throw some stuff into it and see what happens. Is it working? Nope, it's working, okay. So then I'll also want to split off that and make some other things. I have a silicon smelter here. The silicon smelter takes sand and coal. I don't know where sand's coming from. And output silicon. I want to get some of that if I can. Looks like the mender did a little good job there. They're breaking down the walls nicely, but they managed to stop. And the mender's fixing up those walls for me, so I don't have to worry about replacing them or anything like that. So we're gonna get graphite out of this guy, and hopefully that doesn't connect. Yes, good. I'm gonna pull the graphite out this way, and we're gonna run it back into this the same way as we're doing the other stuff here. And this I can connect to here, and that shouldn't like affect anything. They'll combine together just fine. There's no splits or anything to worry about there. It might try to go into here, but I don't think it'll try to because this won't accept anything except lead. So that should be fine. Okay, so we got the graphite coming in. Next, I want to split some of that coal out, and I want to try putting it into the silicon smelter. But again, it needs sand, and I'm not too sure where that comes from. Let's try this. That's not quite what I had in mind. Let's go router. Pull it off through here. Pull it in here. Now it needs sand. Where's sand coming from? Let's try building the secondary pneumatic drill. Let's see where I get that. I don't know where sand comes from. I honestly don't. I need sand. Input, output, sand, and coal. I need sand from something. I feel like I need another machine I don't have yet, probably. Let's see, kiln. Inputs lead and sand. Sand, smelts sand and lead in the compound. I don't have sand. I think sand is probably coming from a different area then. So I might not be able to do anything with this guy here yet. But the reason we want to get that is because it'll provide new materials. It'll provide sand, can be smelted into metaglass, it's called, and that'll let us get water pipes, and then we can start doing things with water. Right now, all we can really do is we can make this thing, which is kind of nice. This is a self-piloting drone, and this will create a drone from here. And if it has enough power, it'll keep making it, I believe. It seems like the power's fluctuating a little bit. Oh, there's a lot of guys now. We might start being in trouble here a little bit. They're nearly getting through that wall now. And the problem is if I add another layer of walls here, those fire guys, I think, can hit 2 at once, possibly. And also, these things might get out of range. They got enough range there. I could do a second row of walls. Let's do that. That way that doesn't become an issue. They might start going over here, though, and that's going to be a bigger issue. All right, so we got to get through 2 more waves before we can exit out of here. I would like to get to 15, but I don't have a lot of time for this episode. Yeah, I need sand for the kiln. I need sand for the silicon smelter. So something's not unlocked here. Something's not unlocked here that I need. Because I need to get those things to progress. Either I don't have sand in this map, which is completely possible, or I don't know what. So this is one of the mining the Drog miners. Is that what they're called? Drog mining miner drone. He's just gonna go create a. He's just gonna go pick up stuff and drop it off for us. He's gonna grab lead wherever he feels like and just go around. He's not very efficient, but I think with enough of them, it could be good. I'm gonna make another one. Now that we have one going. It's probably not a big deal to make 2 of those guys. And they'll go around picking stuff up, like the lead over here that I'm missing these couple spots, that kind of thing. Speaking as how that it's not, we could make a pneumatic drill. I never made one of those before, have I? We should try it. Never made one. This runs faster. Apparently. All right, we're at wave 9. 8 enemies remaining. This is all backed up. That's okay. See where they're coming from. Hopefully they're coming to where I need them to come. Yep, we're good. We're good. We're good. We got a lot of infantry though now, and a lot of guys burning down the place. I might not have enough turrets set up. Finally, I think if they break down the wall here, I definitely don't have enough turrets set up. And if they do, what I'll do is I'll take my defenses off. Oh, they're going the other way now. Look at them. They're learning. See, now I gotta put the walls up through here, because this is gonna be bad. Well, they got through it though. All right, I should double with the walls over here as well, so they aren't tempted to go this way again. And then they might come around here then. That's the problem with doing double walls. I want them to go where it's weakest, so I want them to be directed over here. I might delete these walls. So I just right-click to delete stuff again. Let's add in a couple more turrets over here then. And I can add one here, I think. Nice. And I could add more in too. I just gotta add more routers in. Yeah, so that'll force them over to here. These guys don't necessarily need to do anything then. We're getting silicon. This coal, we could take the coal home. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything to take coal home with us. I don't know. I don't think anything requires coal, but maybe it does. We'll find out. The whole point is to gather resources between. We have only a little bit longer to gather resources. We got wave 10, which happens in 30 seconds, and then we have to think about going home or not. Whether we're not, we're gonna cut our losses and go home, and unlock some new things, and then we can come back later, so even stronger. But I think we got some good defenses going on right now. These guys have not released any aircraft, which is good. We might see that this time around. Let's just start the next wave right away here. That'll give us 5 minutes before the next one. We have 9 enemies in this wave. Let's see what we got coming at us here. Okay, a lot of infantry here. Is there any the mechs? There's still mechs too. Oop, they split off. They split off, those jerks. They're coming a different way. They're coming a way I didn't expect. Uh-oh. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. They're going towards this wall here because this wall is more defenseless. Oh boy. Oh boy. So yeah, they path it. Oh, I'm dead. Well, this one's fine, but now I have a weak defense system over here. I'm gonna have to pause quick here and think of something quickly here. Let's go. They're coming here clearly, right? So let's go with router here, and then we can go conveyor into that. Conveyor into that. Gotta go router here as well. They're not gonna get. Ooh, oh shoot! I canceled all of it. Yeah, it'll queue your tasks, but if you right click, it'll cancel all of it. And I'm not gonna get this stuff built in time. Router here, router here. At least we can maybe survive. Okay, fill those things quickly. Oh, they're getting through. They're getting through. Luckily, they came close to my turrets over there. Oh, they're through. Breach the walls. Cores under attack. Okay. I think these guys helped a little bit, but they didn't have a lot of ammo. Yeah, they had hardly any ammo. I think adding on more walls over here. Okay, so I'm at level 10. The next opportunity is level 20. I can't do it at 15 apparently. So I'm gonna say we got what we need here. We can't take the coal with us. We can't take the coal with us. I got 3 minutes to think about it. Let's get that coal off of there then. First of all, that doesn't need to happen then. I got 3 minutes to think about it. Can I do anything else to get rid of this stuff that's clogging up the area, or am I full? I'm not full. I have 9,000 capacity. I think it's the coal. I can't take coal home with me. Stop pushing me around, guys. Oh my god. My guess is that's the case, is that I can't take coal with me. Okay, I didn't know that. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so I've jammed up my system with coal now. My only option right now would be to delete these things. We'll lose some resources here. We'll fix that right now. Okay, just gotta fix these up now. So a little bit. There's a couple more coal here. I don't want to miss my opportunity to leave. I got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm not going to get much more graphite out of this, but I'll take what I can get. Ah, the coal's in the way again. All right, I think we might have to launch. That's about all I'm going to get. 1,124 of that. 2 minutes left. I don't think there's a way to speed ahead in this game, from what I've seen. What I should probably have done is made more graphite production then. And then I would have gotten more graphite out of this. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds here. How fast is this going compared to the other ones here? It's going. This one's on less, I suppose, is the deal here. It's a really good idea for I take that guy out and put it with like a good one on there and see what happens. It's gonna spend most of my graphite to do that though. 10 of it. It's not a big deal. Just want to see how fast it goes. So it does 53 per second versus 0.27 per second. That's good. Okay, we got a minute left for our countdown. I don't think there's anything else that's going to help me around right here, right now. I got to figure out the sand thing. Maybe we'll look at the tech tree before we wrap up this episode. Let's launch so we can see what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to launch off the base here. We get our resources. My final rank was a D, which isn't great, obviously. If we got to like level 20, it would be an A. But we got 1750 or 1705 copper, 1700 lead, and a little bit of graphite. Graphite's not too needed, so that's fine. So we can go to the craters next time if we want to. We can go to unlock some things here. The incinerator, vaporize any excessive ingredients. Where do I get sand from? That's the big question that I have. Large power node. Alpha mech pod, no. Steam generator, that's fun. Needs water for that. Scorch. Hail. It's a long range turret. That's kind of neat. Bridge conveyor, not that one. It still makes the sand. It doesn't tell me where I get sand from. But I need sand in order to make this meta glass. So it's got to be on the tech tree or someplace. I bet you it's that this is just a sand. Yeah, so sand isn't available until we get to this area. That's why. Frozen Forest doesn't have sand. I have to wait till I get to level 3 to unlock this stuff. So it's gated pretty well. You have to go through each of the levels. You can't just unlock everything right away by sticking to the easy levels. You got to do the harder ones. And experience new things. So I really like this game. I'm going to keep playing it maybe. I don't know if I'll do it on this channel at all, but if you guys want to see more of it, let me know. It is a very cool game. It is available, as I said, on Android. It's on iOS. It's on Steam. It's on itch.io, however you want to say it. It is everywhere, and it is cross-platform multiplayer. It's got a lot of great features that we haven't even touched yet in this video. So that's going to do it for our look at Mindustry. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll be back for something else really soon.